What is a human experience? Personally, I believe that a human experience can either be a collective or individual experience. In my own opinion, human experiences is closely related to emotions and the human display of emotion as a result of life events. These events can either be joyful or depressing for the individual, and a range of emotional reactions may occur as a result. Each human's life experiences varies, and the emotional responses are dependent upon the emotional significance it has on that individual. Despite these reactions, I believe that every human has the capacity to experience physiological benefits through reflecting on such events and emotional responses. Studying this topic has made me reflect on my own personal human experiences, making me realize one major issue with my past experiences in comparison to many other people's lives. My life, in contrast to others, has been dull, since barely any considerable events have taken place in my life which I still continue to reflect on. Except a few. For instance, when Dexter, my first dog, died, dealing with his loss was very hard for me. It was a rough hurdle for me personally, since I wasn't great at sharing my emotions with other people, and I had to put on a fake smile towards them. Eventually I accepted this loss, and I still reflect on all the amazing times which I had with him to this day. He was a good boy. On a happier note, one of my favourite human experiences was when I was playing soccer for Oak Flats. The best soccer team, by the way. It was the grand finals against one of my friend's teams, and it was penalty kicks, and I was goalkeeper. As all eyes were on me, I saved all 5 shots and goals. The sense of victory made me feel overjoyed at the time, since everyone was cheering for me. Reflecting back on this day, I'm still proud of that moment to this day, as well. Also, to answer your question, yes, I still brag about it. Reflecting on my own personal experiences, it made me wonder, what is the most important human experience? After a great deal of thought, I have come to the conclusion that the most important human experience is the loss of a loved one or place, and dealing with this grief. The reason for this is because losing something that is close to you, and something that holds deep emotional value, can surprisingly have many positive effects. Of course you'll feel grief from it, but it's the character building path to recovery which is important. Losing a loved one or place affects everyone around the world, since dying is a fact of life, which will happen to everyone. Similarly, losing or leaving a place that you love or enjoy is a fact of life, and we can also link this to the process. Have you ever been on a holiday where you just didn't want to leave? That's the feeling I'm talking about. It's not pleasant. In order to explore the ideas of human experiences deeper, I like to share my ideas and thoughts with you through the critical analysis of Past the Shallows and Inside Out. These two texts were chosen for this experience since Past the Shallow demonstrates how it is important to reflect on past memories on the individual to realize how much you have forgotten about yourself. Inside Out explores the expressing emotions during these tough times, and it is important in creating new emotions and memories to think back and grow from it. Parrot explores the notion of human experience of loss of a loved one deeply throughout the text Past the Shallows. One chapter is about Harry looking out the window of his bed and looking towards the night sky. Then he sees the southern lights, and it makes him remember about his mum. In this quote, Harry is starting to remember memories of his mother. This is done through the literary techniques used. The use of dark blue is color symbolism. It is used to describe the calm feeling which goes against the dark ones. Also, a simile is used with like a dream, the darkness rolls away, to describe the swift and all-consuming force of memories taking over dark, haunting thoughts on Harry. This makes the audience realize that Harry in this situation can be substituted by anyone who has lost someone close to them, and is a way to clear the mind from negative thoughts and emotions. In another section, it describes how he had forgotten memories and experiences which he had not experienced since his mum passed away. A metaphor is used with the world opened up to show a moment of clarity before the memories of his mother. The following line states that Harry hasn't seen the Southern Lights ever since his mum was gone, which shows the audience that Harry has repressed his memories of his mother, which even in the world today is a common action to do, which the author realized. This human experience allows readers who experience this to feel calmness in their mind by remembering about the good times they had with them. Inside Out is a film about a girl named Riley going through her preteens. Her 5 emotions, joy, fear, anger, disgust, and sadness, find it hard to adapt to the new environment from Minnesota to California in the US. She was forced to move from the place which she loved, abandoning her home, family, friends, and starting anew. The 5 emotions didn't know how to express Riley's emotions or work together. This can be shown in the scene where Riley is talking in front of the new class. Riley is talking about a memory, and color is used in conjunction with emotion, since when the room has sunshine in it, the room is much brighter, and when the memory is playing, it has a yellow tinge to it, which expresses joy. The color changes to blue, and the room itself becomes much darker and dull when sadness touches the memory, which the other 4 emotions didn't agree with. Riley's facial expression changes from a normal happy look to a sorrowful look with her head tilted down and eventually started crying from the pent-up emotions. Towards the end of the film, the 5 emotions learned how to work coincide with each other to express brand new emotions, becoming more emo-diverse and accepting their new home. This makes the audience realize that it is better off to express all emotions rather than trying to repress other emotions, which lowers your mental health and makes you feel isolated from everyone else. As now shown, I believe that the loss of a loved one or place is the most important human experience which can happen to you. Anyway, thank you.